you hear these people come and say, hey, this is a beautiful country, we need to reinvest back on the continent, how does that make you feel?
I feel it's because they have money. That's why they're coming back home. But for me, I want to leave the country because the economy here is very bad.
Let me hear one more person at the back.
I would love to leave the country. Like, just as they are saying, when they were coming, they came with money, which is making their life comfortable. But we in the country, people are struggling on the street. If such person get opportunity, in fact, the person will leave the country.
Prof, what do you make of it when
Yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I found some new buttons, y'all. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, man. Welcome. Everybody pulling up. Everybody's good. We don't got no more lag no more. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
We back better than ever, dog. You hear me? All right, let's get to it. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill episode. I don't even know what episode we are right now, but we here.
248.
It's something. It's gonna come up right here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna pull up on the post production. I'm just happy that we're back, and I figured out what the problem was. I want to say thank you guys, and I appreciate everybody for sticking with us through the pains, man. It really just be me and Carmen in here, and it's out to see the wait side, but like, yeah, it took a while to figure it out, but I figured out the problem.
We got it.
We're streaming.
No lag.
No
delay.
No delay, man. And we're streaming on a new platform, man. Shout out to Kick, man. What's going on with y'all, man? Round of applause. Shout out to all the Kick people. Yeah. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, aka X, Twitch, and Kick now. So yeah, we streaming all over the place, man. So if you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. And also, man, this show is all dedicated to bridging the gap between the culture, man. We're here to build together, grow together, and yeah, collaborate, man. It's all love, man. Even though I be seeing them hating in the comments too. We welcome you all as well.
We blind to it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm legally blind, but yeah, man. If you guys don't know, I go by the name Mr. Top Hill Live, aka Imani Raw,
and I am D Carmen.
D Carmen in the building. Yeah, we here. All right, Carmen. I'm gonna let you call it. You know, I always, unless there's another video, but there's I'm gonna bring some options to you.
Okay.
This could be our final one before we let it go, before we get up out of here. Okay. Low key wanted to get into this too. So this has the year of return changed lives for the better or the worse. So basically they have a group of people together and they're having a conversation talking to black people from America and Africa, asking, is this a good idea? Is it better for worse? This is like a good dialogue type of thing.
Okay.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know what to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the new face of Abuja. This is Nigeria in 2025, their most developed city. I know we haven't seen Nigeria in a minute. This is a video about Ghana. So what happened in Ghana, day in the life. This is a Ghanaian vlog.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a Let's Prop In video of South Africa, home tour.
Okay. Let's go with the first one.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. I did want to get into this too. This seems like it sparks some really good convo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is from DW, the 77%. Interesting name. Not too sure, but I've seen the DW before.
Mm-hmm.
This is, has the year of return changed lives for better or for worse? This is the 7% street debate. All right, let's get into it. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it.
This week on the 77% Street Debate.
Slavery left a deep wound in all of us. And when you see us coming, it's because we're trying to heal that wound that was placed.
I try to understand why I am here. I want to leave. And you are coming back. You want to stay.
You want to go out. You want to take your kids to the park to play. But when you do, other kids spit at them.
Their presence is actually creating a problem for us economically.
Oh, shit. Oh, this is spicy.
Hello and welcome back to the 77% Street Debate. This week we are back in Ghana's capital of Accra. Now, 400 years ago, the first women, men and children forcibly stolen from this continent arrived on the other side.
Another Imani tribe, I see you. Imani tribe.
Of the Atlantic in America. Fast forward many years later, and the modern government of Ghana is saying to its international descendants, come back home. But what does that integration look like? Began in 2019, dubbed the Year of Return, this initiative has introduced many people from across the world back into the community. And how is that affecting the makeup of the society? Who better to answer that question than some now all Ghanaians? And I want to start with you, Professor Kambon, because I think in order to understand where we are, we must look back in time. How did we end up in this situation where Africans were disjointed and disconnected from their land?
I have what I call the thousands, hundreds, and tens model. And what that is that thousands of years ago, Black people went out to populate the entire planet Earth. And then hundreds of years ago, Black people were enslaved. This goes back all the way to the Arabs, the Indian Ocean and so forth. You had the Zand Rebellion. And then tens of years ago, you have what is often referred to as the brain drain, where, those are going out to seek greener pastures. And usually it's because their own homes have been set on fire by, IMF, World Bank policies and so forth and so on. Many of us came to the conclusion of why do we continue to build the land of our enemies? Before we were doing it, at gunpoint, at the point of the whip and so forth. But there's a proverb that says a cow grazes where it is tied. But if we're not cows, then it means we don't have to continue grazing in places when, we are no longer tied there. So for some of us, we decided to repatriate. So for me, I have repatriated to Ghana, and several of my repatriated Ghana clients have gotten citizenship.
All right, let's talk about your repatriation for a little bit. 2008 is when you decided to move back to Ghana. What inspired this?
Specifically in 2008, I went through what a lot of Black people go through, which is a trumped up charge, racism and so forth. They don't ask you, are you a, citizen who's benefiting the community and so forth. They just say, all right, because you're Black, or really it's because they're white, right, that they behave in that way. So I decided that I was coming here to do my PhD. I did so. I'm doing pretty well. I've been installed as a traditional ruler. So this was given to me by the Nsumankwa Hene, the overall spiritual head of all of the Asante people. It's about being accepted. It's about being respected. And those are things that you don't get under Donald Trump and the divided snakes of a murderer.
Wow, those are some very strong words that you've chosen to use. And I want to come to the Bradbys here, who are a couple. And, oh gosh, the couples here are always holding hands. Well, it's so cute. But they've also just joined a union, a lifelong union with Ghana. You got your citizenship yesterday. And there's something that the professor said here, that to be removed from the land of your enemy. Is this how you considered America?
It's just, it seems like all the Americans who moved to Africa are wearing this traditional wear, and then everybody else is wearing normal clothes. And they're probably just like, fucking these people.
Right. I think, man. I see that with Ghana. I see that with a lot of West Africa. It's almost like we're playing catch up with our culture and the tradition. So it's like trying to go back into it. And then for the West Africans, they're kind of like trying to get to us. You know what I mean? Because they want to make the money and the education and stuff like that. Right. So it's actually a very interesting point you make out. Clearly we know.
Some type of annoyance that come with that too.
Maybe. Clearly, there's definitely Ghanaian people that are wearing traditional Ghanaian, outfits and stuff like that for sure. But
just
I
for
see what
this
you're saying.
particular setting, though.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, it's interesting outlook for sure.
Where you actually grew up.
We moved for our safety and our children's safety. It is unsafe in the States, no matter where you go, if you look like us. Getting out of the land of our enemy was priority number one, to make sure that no matter what we did, to build a business or to simply just live the simple life, we will be protected in that.
Nakia, is this also what you think, land of the enemy? Is this what Baltimore was to you?
For example, in Baltimore, we have the highest, very strong crime rate in...
Hold up, Baltimore! Shout out to Baltimore, man. Oh, this came out 4 months ago. Damn, we got moving in the views, too.
Okay. My city. And I think that is due to the fact that people are completely lost. And so all of that anger and aggression gets pushed out onto the streets, and then we're suffering. For me, even, I think back when I was in school, in Dawn University, I remember I used to go on my phone and try to find an app to look at to listen to radio stations in Accra just to hear the language. And I remember one night I was just sitting there and I almost just cried, just to to know that this was taken from me.
You're shaking now as you have goosebumps everywhere. Actually,
because my great grandmothers These are the songs that they would sing. These are the languages that they would use, and we don't have them anymore. And it's even hard to explain, like, how that stealing of our identity impacts our hearts. And so when you see us celebrating, when you see us happy to be in Ghana, even though we know the conditions aren't great here, the economy is not great, but slavery left a deep wound in all of us. It left a deep wound. And when you see us coming, it's because we're trying to heal that wound that was placed.
Okay. Thank you so much for being so honest and vulnerable with us. I appreciate that. Let me speak to Mr. Kwesi here, who is the CEO of the Tourism Board, which is behind this initiative. There's a lot of pain and trauma and fear that a lot of people are escaping coming into this country. But was this your idea when you launched this initiative?
Yes and no. Yes, we knew that we had to make the connection because we've been separated for far too long and we didn't understand each other. And so, yes, the idea was, let's reconnect, let's bring us together and see how we can work together, cultural exchanges, tourism, investments, and everything that makes us one people.
Okay.
But no, because we realize that it goes deeper than just a reconnection. It's also for people to come and heal. Really, people trace their roots, come back to where it all began.
Okay, so you were told, come back to Africa. Here you are. I want to now know, what have your experiences been? The reality versus what you might have expected. Nakia, earlier you said that the state of the economy is not great, and yet here you are. Why?
I think where Africa beats America in development is social development, in terms of how people are raised in here and having respect for your elders. I struggled a lot with my mother. My mother passed about 2 years ago. I actually was taking care of her for 5 years by myself because I couldn't get my family to understand that we as a family should take care of my mother together. But here in Ghana, you don't have that problem. You don't even really see nursing homes because the people understand that when your parents get older, you should take care of them. And so these are the things that I feel like that are really important for us to really focus on and see that there's a lot that the Ghanaian heart has to offer and that we also should take hold of and to integrate and understand our place in the society.
So Adam and Charetta, you're raising two beautiful children here. How has that experience been for you, and what are some of the challenges of integrating so far?
Oh, it's really been beautiful. You know, in the States, we lived a very isolated lifestyle because of safety. You know, you want to go out, you want to take your kids to the park to play, but when you do, other kids spit at them. That is an experience that my son had at the playground on more than one occasion. And so we lived a very isolated life. So to be here and to be free.
Did she say where she's from? Did she ever mention that? I didn't hear it.
I was reading the comments.
Me too. I didn't catch where she's from.
What did I say?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm like, what did I say?
Okay. Things like this happen in the United States, yes. I mean, clearly this happened to her son and stuff like that. Racism is still very much, alive in America. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit tough too because, like, in our area, like the DMV just has, I think, just more prominent black people and stuff like that. So, like,
Yeah.
I think in some other places in the United States where
I think, like, just outside of major cities, really.
right, yeah,
Like, don't get me wrong, we're everywhere. We're just not predominant everywhere.
right, yeah. So it's one of those things, like, when you decide to go and integrate into another neighborhood or society where you are, different. If you're black and you're moving into a majority white neighborhood, you might experience these certain things. And a lot of us have this experience of, well, we want to get out of the black neighborhoods because they typically don't have the best conditions, don't have the best education, all that kind of stuff. So they try to move into the white neighborhoods where they have these better conditions, and then they're treated like shit. They're paying more money. And I think that's where the difference comes from our area. When you have PG County, which and Charles County, which are the wealthiest black counties, or people in Atlanta, and some other outside of major cities, don't have to deal with that as much. But yeah, this is very much a possibility that can happen in America. So
Should I date the Chinese? I'm
Bruh.
still stuck on this comment. I'm like, that.
I don't know. Bob be tripping, bro. Bob, what you be on, bro?
What tongue twister did I say?
What's going on, Bob? All right.
Charetta.
And to see my kids be able to be joyful and that not be a crime has been a very, very beautiful thing.
Okay, I really love how beautiful this is sounding, and I'm just going to throw a little bit of pepe in here. Kujo, tell me, are the people who've returned romanticizing the idea of Africa a little bit?
Maybe a little bit.
Tell me about that.
Well, the truth is, we are survivors here in Ghana. And the reason why it may look like it's like we want to switch places with them. It's because of that doggedness that the country has built inside of us. You've gone through the educational system. You've put together yourself to be on top of society, but then there's no opportunity for you to use them and put yourself in a better place in the society.
So let me ask that question, because you did talk about immigration and emigration. And actually, surprisingly, Ghana is one of those few countries in Africa where there are more people leaving the country than there are coming in. And that surprised me. So I want to know from the people at the back, anybody, if you got a chance, are you taking the plane to get out of Ghana? Let me see by show of hands if your answer is yes. When you hear these people come and say, hey, this is a beautiful country, we need to reinvest back on the continent, how does that make you feel?
I feel it's because they have money. That's why they're coming back home. But for me, I want to leave the country because the economy here is very bad.
Let me hear one more person at the back.
I would love to leave the country. Like, just as they are saying, when they were coming, they came with money, which is making their life comfortable. But we in the country, people are struggling on the street. If such person get opportunity, in fact, the person will leave the country.
Prof, what do you make of it?
I mean, we got people on the streets here.
Not even that. Like, our kind of economy sucks too. But
But in comparison, they're like, it's kind of hard for them. They won't believe it.
which is true, but it's like for us,
Yeah.
it's the lesser two evils.
Right.
However y'all gonna make that work for y'all,
Yeah.
so be it.
I think. Okay. And we're about to get. This is about to be a really good conversation. So, okay. The thing is, a lot of times we don't realize the value in our own areas, right? Like, I can even see it, like, even for our neighborhoods here, right? Like, in the major cities here, a lot of us don't see the value in our neighborhoods where we don't decide to own property and homes in our cities and stuff like that. We rather rent, sell grandma's house, than leave.
DC is under martial law currently.
Correct. But before that happened, though, there's been a mass movement of people moving out of D.C. Like, before Trump came in, like, D.C. was Chocolate City, and then it turned into, like, most of us moving into PG County and parts of Maryland.
I also don't think, like, you have to realize that where we also get censored to, like, a very high degree more than I think we even realize. So it's like the same way that they probably feel like we're romanticizing that idea. They're probably romanticizing the idea of America.
Correct.
They're still gonna come over here and be black.
Right. Correct. And I get it. Like, and I talk to a lot of Africans as well too. They literally think America is like heaven or land opportunity. Like, hey, you guys can go to the schools here.
Also,
You guys
I just
can
think
get the jobs.
everyone's individual experience is different.
Yeah.
So like I think like if you think that'll be the difference between, because it's like, put it like this, you all would still move here and send your money over there and probably move back inevitably.
Right, exactly. Like, and that's normally what happens. Like, you come to America, you get the education, you get the job, then you go back to Ghana.
We just was already here.
Right. Like, so for us, it's just like, okay, yeah, we can get the education, we can get the money. Now we need to go back over there.
But then it's like, I feel like their education might be a little better.
Right. So it's starting to get tricky now because the school is about to be over with, y'all. Like, university, college, all that stuff is not about to be as valuable as it once was. So basically, it's really a networking opportunity is what college really is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't tell you anything that I remember from me going to college. I got my bachelor's degree, and I can't remember shit from it. But what I do remember is the people that I met, and that's what it's about. It's about that. So, yeah, you come to America, you make American money, and then that American money can help build out your country. Now, what I'm saying is, with us coming over to Ghana and investing in the Ghana, we can help transform Ghana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For you and us, like, together. You know what I mean? Like, because Ghana to me is just so much opportunity. Like, the landscape, being on the Gold Coast, cocoa, beaches, like, vibes. Like, there's so many opportunity. And I think once, maybe it's because the Ghanaians haven't seen it before, ever. You know what I mean? How gentrification kind of works. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for us, we see it because we see it all the time, where we can see, like, okay, well, this one city used to be trash, and then now it's great. You know what I mean? or how this one city used to be dangerous and now it's safe. You know what I mean? So I think because what Ghana is doing, you're now allowing Black Americans who are bringing in this money to come in and stimulate your economy. Because the more trust me, the more Americans that travel into Ghana, the more money Ghana makes. The more money that Ghana makes, the more Ghana can invest in its country, and everybody benefits. You know what I mean? Now, this is, of course, if there's no corrupt government and stuff like that, and the money that Ghana is making is actually going back to the people. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on it. So.
And you hear that the local population here already has an assumption that you're wealthier, that there's an income disparity inbuilt.
So about 3 weeks ago, I gave a presentation on how you can earn $250,000 and 10x your income by living in Ghana. And a case study is I had translators coming from the University of Ghana at a conference that I just had. And we hired them to teach Chi. They had 2 students. From the 2 students who were paying them, they were able to get enough money to pay their entire master's degree for 1 year. Generally, people think, oh, what can I do with this language? But I'm saying that you don't have to go outside, and that was a message that they learned. There's someone in the world who wants any skill that you know how to do, and they're willing to pay you richly to do it.
Let me ask Jeff what he thinks here, because he is swallowing hard. I don't know if you think this is great advice or if you see it as somewhat condescending. What are your views?
Yes, I think what Prof is saying is quite true. Now, I heard my sister from behind me say that these people have money coming in. Yes, they may think that what they have is not enough for them as they come in here. But from the ordinary person on the streets of Accra, let's say Oxford Street, you see, if I want to walk on Oxford Street and buy what Prof is wearing, I can walk there and buy it. But can you imagine getting to Oxford Street and there's a vendor selling this thing, Prof standing there. The moment the person realizes Prof is coming from outside, his donation, the person prices this thing very high. So it brings a certain gap. But at the end of the day, once the prices go up, it doesn't come down. And we are the ones who suffer eventually. And that is a problem we are facing here today. Their presence is actually creating a problem for us economically.
But I want to come back to you, Mr. Kwesi, because obviously these emotional sentiments have the potential to become something else, xenophobia, Afrophobia. Are you just telling people come in, or are you putting in place strategies so that integration is sustainable and seamless?
In terms of the expectations from both sides, when we started a year of return and we started our first December in GH, the prices of goods in December more than quadrupled, because people thought, hey, this is a year of return, we have an opportunity, let's milk it. It happens everywhere. When you go to the Olympic Games, prices of everything goes up. But then we had to meet with people at the art center, with the tour operators, with hotels, to explain to them that we are in this for the long term, that this is not just an open window for you to cash in. So it's something that we are building, but it's not going to take a day. The cultures are different, you know, so let's try and work ourselves to integrate. And so when I talk about cultural integration, it's also looking at how do we make sure that people understand what we are doing and they're not taking advantage of our brothers and sisters who are coming back.
Jennifer, because you're the latest arrival, if I could call you that, do you feel that because of your accent, sometimes people want to take advantage of you?
I would say that sometimes that is true, but it's not just true for African Americans. I think it's true for anyone that has an American or UK accent, even if they're Ghanaian. When we're talking about Ghana, Ghana is a country that has a population of over 30 million people. There are maybe 10,000 African Americans. We're an extreme minority. So I think that sometimes we're used as a scapegoat, and that is misplaced.
Do you feel this, because I know that you run your own business and setting it up, was it easy for you?
If you are Ghanaian, you can set up the business for like 1,000 to 2,000 CDs. But if you are coming from outside, they're telling him, bring in $500,000. Now we'll set up, you can set up a business as the sole, owner. That is not, very easy, for anyone. If we're not having a very deep analysis of what's going on, they play black people against other black people. So just to the point, we need to understand that we're all black people and we have very common genotype, common phenotype, and a common thrust for survival that we need to have, as opposed to divide and conquer. Let's play those Asantes against the Fantes, Bloods versus Crips. They do it every single place.
Okay, but what I'm hearing is that black we may be, but our bank accounts surely are not the same. Let me find out from Jeff how he feels hearing all these sentiments, because these are now your country.
Yeah. Like, no one's bank account's going to be the same. You can only kind of wear it like...
Yeah. Like, that's in America, too. Like, I mean...
That's any country.
That's
like,
any country, yeah.
Everyone, that's any race. Like, no one person's bank account is going to look like any person's. And, like, I don't think there's any steps that we can take as a society to ever make it that.
Right.
And to think that is delusional. So it's like, we can only do what, with what we're given.
Right. Yeah, like I saw, just so you guys know, I saw a white homeless person on the way here. Actually, a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like that happens in America. Like there's homeless people in America and are white. They don't even have black skin.
Well, they messed up their privilege. So I don't really.
I don't think that. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one. How you fuck that up? Anyway, so bad. But yeah, so yeah, you can't just look at people and just be like, oh wow, they're over here and they have all this money and they're just taking advantage of us and stuff like that. Because you wouldn't say, okay, here it comes. The Europeans will do it to you. The Chinese will do it to you. The Turkish will do it to you. You know what I mean? Like, we are not them. We are you. You are us. Like, I'm just saying, like, we want to work together, build together, you know? But
men and women, are you aligned with their values?
We are happy they are here and would wish that we can coexist with them without having any problem whatsoever. If we see our brothers and sisters, irrespective of even the color, even if it's a white person coming to buy something, let the pricing be as it is. You understand? And maybe governments and the state agencies need to establish some kind of price control regimes so that everywhere you go, the prices will be the same. So that it doesn't come to the point where I see you pay the way you speak or pay your color, then I price the thing to suit myself just because I want to make some extra profit. That is stealing, and it's very bad.
That feels like you finessing me now.
yeah. Now, I'm with him 100%. He's absolutely right. But that's not the problem with the Black Americans coming in. That's a problem with the people who are charging the Black Americans and other people more. That's an internal problem. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, what we could do is just, there's a couple of things that could happen here. Like, the more African Americans or people in the diaspora that come to Ghana and get educated and realize, like, oh no, that's not the right price. I'm just not going to do business with you. That person, and it's crazy that person would charge us 3 to 10x more because of our accent, and then go back and charge his own people that
same 3
to 10x. You know what I mean? That's wrong. And yeah, we got to stop trying to get over each other all the time, man. Shout out to Saki. He said Africa needs an industrialization era. I think the governments intentionally allow the prices to rise to capitalize on your currency, which in turn hits the locals and then indirectly creates a disdain towards those visiting the country. Yeah, that sounds like greed, and this happens a lot when we don't feel like we have much. We take advantage, and it hurts the people, you know. So, yeah, it's not okay. But I completely agree with him. What's happening shouldn't be happening. So, that'll benefit everybody. It'll benefit the tourists and benefit the local people. Keep the prices the same.
So obviously one way to do this is what Mr. Kwesi here suggested, cultural integration. And I just want to hear from the people at the back. How many people have made friends with returnees, people from the diaspora? Are you integrating with them in your communities? Let me hear from some people. Yes or no? Yeah.
Where I used to work, which is a beauty salon, a lot of the diasporans do come. What I try to do is I tell them, okay, if you want to buy this, when you get to the market and then they give you a higher price, maybe the thing is priced 100 cedis, slash it to like 50 cedis. So I try to give them tips.
All right, could you?
Yeah, us Ghanaians get the exposure when we integrate with the diaspora. It opens our eyes. It generally gives us access to so many things to see that our skill sets can play on the global scale, and then we can. Let me tell you the truth. The Ghanaian dream is that we can earn first world money while we're still here. That's the Ghanaian dream.
Okay,
so once the diasporans integrate with us and we're exposed to that, we don't want to go anywhere because we don't want to go and pay all the 40% taxes and all of that.
Okay, you wanted to say something to me earlier.
So just wanted to touch on the pricing of things. You know, being new here, we're here for just over a year now. We try to shop in our neighborhood. And because we are new and because we don't speak the language that well yet, we're learning, but the prices get hiked up. And so then we are forced to go somewhere else to spend our money, and we would prefer to spend it in our neighborhood, but they're hiking the price up because we're new, they don't know us yet, but it makes it harder for us when that happens to us. It's unfair.
Okay,
but can I say something? Yeah, sure. You know, you got to really understand culture to understand people. You know, when you come to Ghana,
but people is culture.
Yes, but when you come to Ghana, chopping is part of the culture. Yep. You just have to not just chopping, like whether they chop their family, they chop their friends, it's just a way, whether the government is chopping the resources, it's part of the culture. So if we want to see change, then we also got to influence culture. We got to go in there and then make something like chopping repulsive, like saying it's stealing. You understand? Now, if I say a government official that chopped resources that should have went here and he took it and reappropriated for something else, then he stole the money. See, now, if we say that instead of say he chopped the money, then at that point, he don't want to be a thief. So then he changed his behavior and his action. So it's important for us to start to look at culture and then influence culture in a way where we can bridge the difference and then we can progress as one.
And one of the best and fastest ways to influence culture is through marriage.
Oh.
Our bride to be here. Talk to me about how you arrive in Ghana hoping to be here for 2 weeks and then you're about to get married.
Actually, I felt a spiritual calling to come to Ghana. I was in Tanzania at the time, and I had a friend who was here, and I was like, I'm coming to do a poetry and photography book, and I need a partner. Can you connect me with a reliable man who can assist me? And that reliable man became my soon-to-be husband.
Reliable.
We have a daughter together. I gave birth here in Ghana, and that's also a thing. Like when I gave birth here, people were like, why didn't you go back to the U.S. to give birth? And I'm like, this is an ancestral moment for me and my lineage. I'm the first in my family to come back. The first in my whole lineage. Even when I went back home, they were asking me questions about Africa. None of them have ever come. Have even decided to live. And now I have my brother and my sister are coming. I got my auntie and cousin coming. Now their minds are also opening up as well. When you think about going to the U.S., you don't realize if you go there, you give birth, who is helping you? Everybody is working. You won't get your auntie to come and help you with the baby. So these are parts of the culture that they have here that are so beautiful, and I think we should continue to uphold. And I'm happy definitely to be marrying my Ghanaian husband in January.
Congratulations. And you have obviously gone up the ranks and you're now a proper chief, you said. So how did that come about? I mean,
You said him?
Yeah.
Kind of remind me of Big G a little bit.
Is that? Nah, maybe not. Well, I mean, I could see where you get that,
Yeah.
but I'm like, he
They
just
related.
reminds me of something.
Same tribe.
You know what? I think he reminds me of that actor. What is his name?
The actor?
The one what movie was he in? That's he's in a lot of movies, and I think he was like recently canceled. But
Damn.
yeah.
I'm trying to think, but I can't get away from Big G.
What's that movie? Dope. That guy. What's it? Shamik Moore.
Thanks, bro. You get that from that? You talking about him?
Yeah, like I think more so like his facial expressions and like how he looks, like as he's talking, he looks like him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Completely immersed in the culture now.
So I would say that.
Yeah, I don't see it, but I don't know. I'm bad. I don't know.
The language is key. When I first came in 2008 to repatriate for good, I first came in 98, to Ghana. But when I came to repatriate, I was going to look at houses. And the agent, I was speaking Chi to the agent because I had already learned Chi. I'm teaching Chi at the university now. But the guy who was the caretaker, he didn't know that I spoke Chi. So he just decided, he sees me and he decides he's going to speak English. So I heard him turn to the agent and say, saying that the real price is
First of all, how is his accent? Is he good? Yeah?
I'm saying it just like how the agent said it. They know this voice. That's the scheming voice.
Can you translate for us,
Yes.
please?
He said that the price is this, but the price is this. We're going to tell him the price is this, and then me and you were going to chop the money half. So I heard everything that the guy said, but I go through the whole house. And as I'm leaving, I said, okay, it's very nice. As I'm leaving, I said, nah, Karachi, put your throw it down. And the agent said, man, can't you say on Chichi? Man, can't you say on Chichi? So he said, I didn't tell you he doesn't speak Chi. But for there, it really went into how once I know the language, it has a very major impact, even in terms of how much they can chop me. Because sometimes I'll just talk, normal. Like I'm just speaking with my regular accent in English, but then I'll switch to impeccable Chi, where I'm saying the numbers in Chi, because a lot of Ghanaians, they don't, once they go to numbers, no. But I start doing it, and then they're like, wow.
Okay, so we now know that Professor is also a comedian. It's good to know. Let me hear some thoughts before we come to some closing remarks, please.
I think basically what we two are battling with is the narratives. The narratives that are painted to them about us, and the narratives that are painted about them to us. So they are painted to us as rich people. They live their luxury, they are bougie and all that. And then we are painted to them as peaceful people. Life is not all that expensive. So they come here expecting the expense not to be as high as it is at where they are, but they come here and there's another thing.
Okay.
And we are wanting to go to where they are because we feel we are going to be comfortable, very comfortable. We're also going to live in the luxury, and we go there and sorry, it's not.
Yep.
So I think if we should work on the narratives of how we paint each other, it's going to help. So when they make us understand that apart from the luxury that we see, there is the emotional pain. They don't paint to us, but it is what it is. Then we also tell them, okay, when you come to our side, these and this is what you are going to face because of where you are also coming from.
So talking about the language, I read Bible in church the last time and I decided to read in Chi and everybody was clapping. I didn't know why Chi should be something I read and you are clapping. You are happy that I read Chi for the first time because Chi is my language.
Okay. So language, coming back to language. I need to close this because we're running out of time. But what do you think it's going to take from everybody here to stop saying them, the diasporans, the Ghanaians, into we, the Ghanaians?
Thinking about Marcus Messiah Garvey and being a Pan-Africanist and seeing all of us, as a we, and stop separating it. To think that us coming from the diaspora did not have to survive it's a little disheartening to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because we are killed in the streets daily, you know, for nothing. Simple traffic stops. And so I think we just all have to decide that we are all the same.
Okay.
I feel like comparison, they say, is the thief of joy. They were talking about the USD that apparently have, I'm not coming with a 401k or a pension or a successful business or a retirement. Thank you. I'm not coming with a successful business. I'm a monk. I don't know business very well. I actually have neighbors who are finally helping me get my stuff together. But we've been insulted by Ghanaians and diasporans alike because we don't have money. We didn't come here to make money stretch. We came to contribute. Yeah. So the amount of money that you guys think we have, at least us two,
we don't.
We do not.
We don't got it.
And if you look like me and you have the accent you have, they aren't going to help you. They aren't going to give you any money. It is best to stay here, do what Professor said, and make something of your own. Because the talent here.
Okay, but what about people who go out and make it and make some things of themselves?
That's a very small percentage, and of course they're going to show you that on television. That's a very small percentage, and of course that's what they're going to show you.
All right.
But like she said, you go there, it is not as cushy as you think. Great, you get a fancy job before you get the police gun you down before you even make the money. That is a reality.
Or the job doesn't make ends meet, so you're having to do all these crazy other things just to make the ends meet.
All right.
That's why there's Uber and Instacart, because people work 9 to 5 jobs and they get off and now they have to go deliver pizza.
Hello.
So because of the interest of time, I just want to close with Prof because we started with you. Answer the question for me. How do we go from them, the diasporans, the Ghanaians, to we?
I think conversations like these are very much necessary because just as was mentioned by my sister here, they get the narrative about those in the diaspora. And even Ghanaians, when they go travel to places like the U.S., they're told don't hang out with the black people because they're all drug dealers, because they're all gangbangers, because they're all this, that. And, you know, they'll say, oh, Africans are all poor. You'll see the images of the Ethiopians with flowers on their face. So if you want to fight, call someone an African and it's considered to be an insult. What it means is that we're really not having conversations and dialogues. In whose interest, who benefits from you thinking this about diasporans, and who benefits from diasporans thinking this about you? And once we understand who benefits, is basically follow the money trail. Yeah. The one who benefits from the problem is most likely the one who caused the problem in the first place. So there's a quote, and I think this is very poignant to perhaps close on, by Nana Runoko Rashidi and also Nana Kwame David Whitaker. He says, what we do for ourselves depends on what we think of ourselves. Mm-hmm. What we think of ourselves depends on what we know of ourselves. And what we know of ourselves depends on what we have been told, as to say, about ourselves. And we haven't been told very much about ourselves. Ghanaians haven't been told very much about our own history as Ghanaians. Diasporans also haven't been told. But again, look at not who suffers from the problem, look at who benefits from the problem, and you'll see the one who created the problem, and we're the ones who can solve that problem.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah. So there are a lot of things that this debate was not. It was not about confirming whether or not the people who've returned are African. That was never in question. They were, always have been, and always will be. This debate actually affirmed the words of Kwame Nkrumah right there, the doctor. He is not African simply because he was born here, but to be African is to have Africa born in you. Thank you for watching.
Job.
Yeah, a phenomenal job, man. That was not an easy task. Mm-hmm. Just to balance out all those different questions of different personalities, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Job well done, man. And I definitely agree that more conversation like this needs to happen.
I agree
because there's a disconnect. You know what I mean? Clearly, and I love the way how he said it, man. It's like look at the people who benefit from the disconnect.
Okay.
And then you realize, like, oh, shit, they got us again.
We are on the same team.
Right. We're on the same thing. We need to stop fucking fighting each other, man.
Like, finger for doing the same thing that everybody else is doing just to survive.
Right. So, let's work. Let's build. Let's grow. And yeah, man, like, we just get so much further when we work together. So much further, man. All right. Beautiful video. Great video, man. Great job. And we did it. Yeah, we did.
No interruptions.
No interruptions.
No
lag.
problem.
We are back. Top Hill is back, man. We are, like I said, I apologize again for all the lagging issues and stuff like that, but we's back in business.
We are so back.
And we're gonna take another break, but when we come back, we're gonna have. Oh man, I can't wait. So. We're gonna be gone for a little bit, you know what I mean? We'll be gone for a little bit. Well, Carmen's gonna be gone for a little bit, but then
I'm be gone.
But she
But
will
I'm be back.
She gonna be back.
I'm be back.
And yeah, I can't wait for that episode. I think we'll do Egypt when you come back.
Oh my goodness, I'm like.
That gives us time to like build, put things together, and get the videos and stuff like that. So
That's gonna be a treat.
yes, I cannot. That's. Hopefully we won't get canceled. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Top Hill Live. Make sure you guys are following, stay tuned, subscribe. I've definitely got. We're gonna have some stuff coming up throughout the pipe, man. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, aka Imani Raw,
And I am the Carmen.
and we are out. Peace.
Hill, top hill, top hill. They don't know.